welcome everybody to the Unagi Sayaka Watch. We keep updates on Unagi Sayaka since she went freelancing in October of 2022, appearing in various promotions such as Marvelous, Sendai Girls, GTO, Glee, All Japan Pro Wrestling all over Japan, and also appearing here in the United States such as GCW, West Coast Pro, Kitsune Women's Pro Wrestling, or wherever, and of course outside the United States as well. So, I am your host, Gerard here. So, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel where we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews, but we also do this one where we talk about Yoshi wrestler Unagi Sayaka, who went freelancing due to the fact that some people are having a hard time keeping up what's going on since she left Stardom. Well, luckily for you, I volunteer myself to do that. So, if you guys are big fans of Unagi Sayaka, well, give us a subscribe on this channel. You'll be getting certain times we will be talking about what Unagi Sayaka has been doing since she started freelancing. So if you guys like this channel or other things we do here, such as reviewing a lot of pro wrestling events, discussion videos, all this other stuff, so give us a subscribe on the subscribe button, and you'll be getting a whole lot of stuff from this. And also, if you like this video, please give us a like on the like button or a nice comment down below. Now, as you guys know, today is already January 8th. You had know already that Unagi Sayaka has done her self-produced show. Now, some of you may be wondering about the title that says there, Unagi 3 Belts. Well, let me give you guys a quick recap what belts she has right now. She won, and she's the first ever inaugural Kitsune World Champion. This is from a promotion from here in the States that booked Yoshi wrestlers. And Unagi was part of the main event in a three-way against Dark Sheik and Tai Hamna. And she walked away as the winner. So, and then recently, back on January 6th, she defeated Misa Kagura, or as many people like to call her, Tam Nakano's clone, for the JTO Girls Championship. She just won that. However, this was what happened that I did not know. Let me explain. As you know, January 7th, Unagi had her first ever self-produced show. This is her way of celebrating 5 years of her being a pro wrestler. Now, initially, her actual anniversary is on January 4th, but due to the circumstances that, of course, the other promotions, New Japan, Stardom, Tokyo Pro, whatever, there were too many shows on that particular day, so they decided to take it a couple of days off, and happened. She booked a lot of good wrestlers: Minoru Suzuki, Jun Kasai, who else? Masato Tanaka, the girls from Colors, the girls from Prominence, everyone else. However, this is what happened. Unagi lost all of her matches. She had a match with Takumi Iroha from Marvelous. She's been dying to have a singles match for her since she first arrived at Marvelous back in 2022. And of course, you can say there were times that it took a while, but Takumi did beat her on this match. But the main event features her, of course, her teaming with Kanomi, taking on Masato Tanaka and Minoru Suzuki. And unfortunately, she lost. Now, this is where things got interesting. Before the start of the show, we have Kuroshio, Tokyo, Japan, or as we know him, Ikemenjiro in WWE. He just recently won the DDT Ironman Heavymetalweight Championship. Now, those who are not familiarized with that belt, let me explain to you what that is. The Ironman Heavymetalweight Championship is a 24/7 title. Now, this is way much cooler than, of course, than a 24/7 belt that we've seen with WWE. I thought the color was ugly and all this other stuff, but this one is way cooler. The idea is this belt can be won by anyone if you had a referee. However, there's a certain plot twist to this. Not just anyone could win this belt, so is an object. A few years back, they had where Vince McMahon's the Star Walk of Fame won that belt. And I'm not joking. It actually did happen. And then when that belt was brought back to the States, Britt Baker somehow, by Joey Janela, when AEW first started, Joey Janela brought that belt here and then lost it to a Britt Baker, but Britt Baker lost that belt to the Young Bucks autobiography book. Yes, the Young Bucks book won that belt. But they do some really comedy, wacky routines on this one. However, the 24/7 belt does work like the Ironman Heavy Metalweight works as a 24/7 as long as you have a referee. Now, Unagi, when she heard about what Kuroshio Tokyo Japan won that belt, she immediately proceeded for that belt. Luckily, Kuroshio got out, and then Kuroshio got pinned again, but this time with Fuminoru Abe, resulted in him to be survived. Then he got tired. Now, out of nowhere, here comes Kurumi Hiragi from Prominence. She had Stefan, Unagi's dinosaur. Uh, she just left the dinosaur right on top of Kuroshio, or should I say Ikemanjiro, and the referee saw that and she's like, oh, 1, 2, 3, yes, Stefan won the belt. No one was aware what was going on, but if you guys keep track of it, you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, of course, Unagi was disappointed that she lost her matches, but Izuki Aoki brought out Stefan with the belt. And that's when Unagi pinned Stefan and won the belt. So she is now Unagi 3 belts. Now, here's the interesting part. Unagi is going to have a target on her back now that she has the DDT Ironman Heavy Metalweight Championship. Basically, this is how it's going to go. It doesn't matter where she's at. It doesn't matter what promotion she's booked. If it's here in the States or in Japan, Mexico, or La La Land, for all I care, there'll be people gunning for her for that belt. And trust me, one person had to deal with that, and I don't like to mention his name because I'm sure many of you would say F him all the time, and I'm talking about Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan knows what's that like, and many wrestlers who've been in that situation knows what's it like. Even Hiromu Takahashi realized what he got himself into. But however, anything could happen. So from here on out, Unagi will have a big target on her back with that belt. Now, I also want to put out something else, a very interesting news for all Unagi Sayaka fans out there. She is returning to the States again for Kitsune Women's Wrestling taking place in March. She will be participating in. Now, they haven't announced if she's going to have an opponent, but if I was a betting man, I'm sure she'll be involved in her first title defense against anybody. So we'll see who will be the one to try to take her out of this belt. So that's something we could see. But however, the obvious question is, now that she won the DDT Ironman Heavy Metalweight Championship, that's where things are going to be interesting. How long can she last knowing she has this belt? Someone could actually pin her for this. But yeah, I'm kind of curious. So I'm sure we'll see the updates on that. DDT are going to try to keep more on what's going on with that belt. So we'll see what happens for now. Now, before I go, I found something interesting on Twitter with Konami. Konami, on the other hand, thank Unagi for putting her in a tag match with her. You see, Unagi and Konami teamed up to face Minoru Tanaka and Masato Tanaka. Minoru Suzuki and Masato Tanaka. And Konami thanked her because Konami has never faced men in a ring before. Unagi has, like, plenty of times. I mean, you got to remember, she was the only female in the Fire Festival by Pro Wrestling 01. And man, she took every beating. But the one person that really took her into the limit was Minoru Suzuki. So I have to say that was really great. But of course, Konami felt exhilarated with being in a match against Min. So I'm sure they will team up again at some point. But we'll see what happens. So as of right now, as you know, as I mentioned before, Onagi will be in Kitsune Women's Wrestling Show in LA in March. I do know she will be in fact having another title match and Diana against Aruka Umasaki on the 28th of this month. Um, I don't know what else is going to happen, but we will see until then. But for now, I'll see you guys on the next episode. So I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye and have a nice day. Bang.